And you may have heard the sniffles and coughs were officially in respiratory virus season.
Yeah, and that's why it is such a critical time of year to take care of yourself and also take the right steps to protect yourself. So as we kick off our winter weather week coverage, joining us live now is Dr. John Goldman, who's an infectious disease specialist with UPMC. Dr. Goldman, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so first, what are you seeing right now across for flu, COVID, and RSV?
So right now we're seeing very low levels. If you recall, last year we had kind of an early start to the flu season. We're not seeing that this year. We are, however, seeing the rates going up, and we've seen some signs that this may be a very severe season. There's one strain of the flu that seems to have mutated a little bit, changed, and is causing, in other countries, more severe disease, more common disease. It's very hard to predict exactly whether a flu season will be early, will be mild or hard, but so far it looks like we have had low levels. It looks like that may change, and it's possible we'll have a more severe season this year.
So you may have touched on this just a little bit, but who should get what shots right now at this time?
So for flu shots, we recommend them for everyone, but we strongly recommend them for people above the age of 65. If you look at the people who end up sick, dying, or in the hospital with the flu, the vast majority, 90%, are above the age of 65 or have other medical conditions. So we recommend them for everyone, but we strongly recommend them for anyone who's above the age of 65 or anyone who has any medical condition they have to see a doctor for on a regular basis. In fact, people who are older who get the flu shot actually have about a 50% less chance of dying during flu season. For COVID, it's similar. It's recommended for everyone, but 90% of the people who are currently getting really sick or dying from COVID are the people who are above the age of 65 or have other medical conditions.
So when should people seek care, whether it's parents and their toddlers for RSV or for older people? When should they definitely go to the hospital or the doctor's office?
So you should definitely call your doctor if you think that you have the flu or COVID, especially if you're older. There are medications that you can give for flu and for COVID, which will make it less likely you'll get very sick. I recommend that people call their doctors rather than going through an emergency room or an urgent care. Often some of these things can be done over the phone. It's not a bad idea to do a home COVID test to make sure it's COVID or the flu. If, however, you're short of breath, you're feeling very sick, you're feeling very weak, you're having trouble keeping food down, you're getting dizzy when you stand up, or you're getting the least bit confused, that's the time that you really should go to an emergency room rather than just calling your doctor.
And Dr. Goldman, we're about to wrap up here, but I have to ask you, because you know the holidays are upon us. Everybody's going to be gathering, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas coming up a couple of weeks after. What can we do to protect ourselves and our loved ones as everybody comes together?
So there are two very important things. The first is just good hand washing. A lot of these diseases are spread on surfaces. You cough on a surface, you touch, somebody else touches that surface and then touches their mouth. They often infect themselves. So I really do recommend good hand washing during cold and flu season. It will truly keep you from getting very sick. In addition, it's really important that you stay home or you stay from family gatherings if you are sick. It's often very hard to tell flu or COVID from just the common cold. The symptoms can overlap. And if you're young and healthy, you're not likely to get sick. However, if you go to the family gathering, if you go to work and give it to your older parents, your older grandparents, they're much more likely to get sick. So it's important to stay home from work, school, or the family gathering if you think you even have any kind, even if you think it's just a cold.
All great advice, especially ahead of this holiday season. Dr. Goldman with UPMC, thank you so much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.